Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Wednesday, November the 6th. Starting at the top of the board with the Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid. He returns tonight for the Edmonton Oilers against the Vegas Golden Knights. For McDavid, of course, it's a chance for him to play for the first time in a little over a week. And it's a chance maybe for Edmonton to get their special team straightened out and start putting some more pucks in the net. Drake Caggiula and Philp have both been returned to the AHL as a result. So Edmonton gets a little bit healthier today, and it should make for a fun game tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. In Vancouver news from last night, Quinn Hughes becomes the third fastest defenseman to reach 300 assists, which means every single Avalanche fan coming out of the woodwork to go, actually, Makar's on pace to do it faster. Okay. But that being said, Bobby Orr did it in 346 games. Brian Leetch 368 games. Quinn Hughes 376 games, and Paul Coffey 377 games. So he gets there one game sooner than does Paul Coffey. So it is an interesting thing that I've noticed now that if you talk about Makar, somebody brings up Hughes and vice versa. Can they both just be excellent defensemen and we can agree they're two of the best and we're very fortunate to watch them play hockey at this point in time? That's kind of how I feel about it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Dylan Holloway. So it was a scary incident last night. He had to be stretchered off. He was taken to the hospital. Word last night was he was awake. He was responsive. Well, today the news is even better in that Holloway was at the rink. He didn't skate with the team today, but he hopes to play tomorrow. So he took the puck to the neck. He's got a nice bruise where he got hit with the puck. I've already seen questions being asked about, would a neck guard have helped? Should they be wearing neck guards? I don't know that a neck guard would help with that. The neck guard is designed to help with cuts. It's cut resistant. I don't know that a puck coming at your throat. I don't know that a neck guard would necessarily cushion the impact there. It can't hurt. But at any rate, I'm glad Holloway's okay. It's a scary incident. It can happen that you feel like you're okay at the time and then your throat kind of closes off a bit, but they got his airway good, obviously, because he's back at the rink today and he wants to play tomorrow. So definitely a worst case scenario avoided for Holloway and the Blues, who already lost Broberg, of course, in the previous game. Kapanen, who made the team as kind of a surprise for the Montreal Canadiens this year, he has been loaned to Timra of the Swiss League. So he'll be over there for the rest of the season. They've likely given him some stuff they want him to work on, that kind of fun stuff. They've also recalled Kandata. So Kandata's been recalled. Kapanen goes over to the Swiss League and will likely be back next season. He had a decent start to the season. Got a little more, I don't want to say invisible, but harder to notice on the ice as time went on. I'm guessing St. Louis giving him less ice time and all of that. So yeah, Kapanen gets some good experience at the NHL level and now gets to play a bit in the Swiss League and work on what he needs to work on. Troubling news when it comes to Gabriel Landeskog. And we know that Gabriel Landeskog returning from this knee injury is going to be a Herculean feat. And apparently there's been a setback in his return from his knee injury. Coach Bednar not getting into exactly what's happened, just saying it's a setback. Not seen as a huge setback. He's still working through it and working to get back into action. They are hopeful that he's going to play this season. But that being said, it doesn't sound like they're putting any pressure on him, and it doesn't sound like there's a lot of expectation when it comes to when he's going to return. Of course, if you're an Abs fan, you really want Landeskog back in the lineup. He would be an absolutely huge boost to the team, of course, having the captain back in there. But it does sound like it's still going to be a while. So the hope being that it'll, maybe by Christmas, maybe a little after, but it definitely sounds like it's still going to be a while from here. I have not seen an update on Cale Makar. I was going to do this video a while ago, and I was like, I'm going to wait a little bit, see if there's an update on Makar, so I'll put a video up, and then there'll be an update on Cale Makar. He left last night's game against Seattle injured. He, of course, has a 13-game point streak right now, so we'll see if he plays in their next game or not. I have not heard on whether or not Cale Makar is going to play. And you guys can decide whether is that good news that there hasn't been an update, is it bad news there hasn't been an update, and when's the update coming out? Again, right after this video goes live, would be my guess. That usually is the case. That's usually how that goes. Shane Pinto. So the Ottawa Senators, who had a rough night last night, Pinto could return tomorrow against the New York Islanders for Ottawa. Zub is a possibility as well. I remember talking about Zub, I think, a couple days ago that, he's close, and he's still seen as being close. And after last night's game, Ottawa could definitely use some kind of a boost in that lineup. So getting Pinto and Zub back would be huge, especially for what Pinto does for that center spot and their center depth. So we'll see if they're able to play in their next game against the New York Islanders, a team that, again, you're at home. This is a game you should win. But in years past, this is where Ottawa would lose that game in November. And then we start talking about a slow November again. So we'll see how things go. It really feels like the season's at a turning point for the Sens right now. But we'll see. Matt Roy has been activated off of injured reserve by the Caps. He will be playing for them tonight against the Nashville Predators. They've sent Iorio down to Hershey as a result too. So yeah, Matt Roy's making his debut. I don't think he's played a game yet for Washington, has he? So yeah, Roy being in the lineup, that's going to help a Washington team that's already 8-3. So we'll see how the pairings work out, how the defense works with Roy in the lineup. Roy in the lineup. You always got to watch because it could be Roy, it could be Raw, depends on which, and in this case it's Roy. And so, yeah, hopefully he never goes to Vegas, or we'll have conniptions because you'd have potentially Matt Roy and Nick Raw on the ice, and you're trying to go back and forth. I think announcers would just quit. That's what'll happen. But anyways, Roy expected to be in the lineup tonight against Nashville. He is one of the defensemen I've been very high on for a long time, and I've thought is underrated. Now he's highly paid, so now he has to justify being so highly paid. Look for a pretty good game, I would think, from Roy tonight. John Tortorella, going back to being John Tortorella last night. After that loss against the Canes, you could see it on his face. You could see it. You could see that he was like, okay, all we have to do is get this to the finish line. And then they allow 2 goals in that final minute. He had this look on his face of, I can't believe, again, this is happening. So when he was asked questions after the game, a lot of one-word answers. A lot of, nope, yep, they're okay, yep, fine, yep. So that means he's choked. If you're a player, that usually means he's in a pretty bad mood, and he's ready to let people know how he feels in that moment. So yeah, not happy after that loss against Carolina. The Canes are, the Canes are a pretty good team. I get it, like they're a contending team, but Philadelphia was so close to at least getting a point last night, and they desperately need to start getting some points. And even though they're in this rebuild process, it doesn't mean Tortorella likes losing. It doesn't mean he wants to lose. And to me, that's obvious with the presser after the game. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event that you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.